I'm too hyper. I don't know who sits.
Okay.
But leave it there just in case, just for. Come. Maybe put this one here so that it's off the way. So let's come again with the definition of financial capacity. I'm going to try and speak for about 35 minutes. Try. And then I really want to ask questions. Okay. Let's start with the definition. The process we said by which we obtain, and by now you should know, young man, concentrate on the don't worry about mine. Please, okay, please. The process by which we obtain, improve, once we get this going, you can work on the mind. And retain the skills, knowledge, tools, equipment, and other resources needed for further growth. These are general definition of capacity. So today we look at finances. In other words, if you don't have the resources, your dream is going to die. And how do you do that? In Luke chapter 14, Jesus says, suppose one of you wants to build a tower. You really talk to me?
No.
You good? Yeah, you said something about recalling. I was supposed to hang on my neck. Okay. Next session. But this TV is not working?
Yeah, I'm figuring out.
Okay, we need capacity for that. Suppose one of you, I'm glad my administrator is sitting right here, so she will take care of it. We'll put an acquisition for a new TV. Suppose one of you want to build a tower. So won't you first sit down and estimate the cost? The cost. Many people, their dreams are not coming to pass, not because they're not praying. They have spiritual capacity, not because they don't have emotional capacity, but they are just broke. Can I get a witness? It's a money thing. Depending on what God has called you, every vision needs money. So Bible says you have to count the cost. You have to see whether you have the capacity to see if you have enough money to complete it. If you lay the foundation and not able to finish it, everyone who sees it will ridicule you saying, this person began to build and wasn't able to finish. Most of you are immigrants. When you go back to your countries, I'm sure you see unfinished buildings. They started very well, but they didn't count the cost. And so you and I have to, today we are going to count the cost and see, let's talk about money. Why is money important? Because Jesus said in Luke 16:12, if you have not been trustworthy with somebody's property, he will not give you the property of your own. In other words, Jesus said if he can't trust you how you handle finances, he can't trust you with anything. So that means that every financial decision you make is a spiritual decision. The reason why many of us are not able to get to our dream is not because the money is not there. We don't know how to organize. So today I'm going to show you how to do that. There are 4 ways. There are 4 things you can do with money. We're going to go through it very quickly and I'll give you time. You can secure money has to come in secure. When you secure money, it's called income. There are 4 things that you do with money. How you handle it will show whether you can able to fulfill that dream God has called you. You can share it, you can save it, or you spend it. You can. These are only 4 things you can do with money. Who's got the money here? Cash. I'll give you back, don't worry. Am I showing a seat? No, thank you. Oh, give me $25.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you. All right. So, money is not evil, but money, the Bible says how you handle this thing will determine whether God can trust you with a dream. And many of us, some of us, we're very careless and we don't even know what to do with this. So now you know there are only 4 things you can do with money. You have to receive it, you have to secure it, you have to share it, you have to save it, to spend. So let's go through it very quickly. So let's start with the first one. If you're going to secure it, you have to do it diligently. The Bible says, and we know God provides, we know that for every vision, there's a provision. That means that God will always provide for you. It's what you do with what God gives you. He may not give you much. How many of you know how much money I came here with this country?
$5.
Oh. That's all you need. I'm a witness.
Amen.
A wife and a baby. That's all I need. $5. That's all that I came in this country standing wife here, $5. And I said, okay, God, I'm going to do something with this. The only thing about God also is that how you handle the little He gives you will determine whether He give you much.
That's true.
So if God can't trust you with little, you're like, if I have more money, then I'll do this. No. What are you doing with the little that you have? The little that you have can go in a long way to help you. So how do you secure money? There are bad ways and there are good ways to secure money. Let's talk about the bad way. In other words, if you want money, you can either, you can either steal it as a bad way, or you can print it. That's also a bad way. When you do that, you go to jail. You have to secure money right. And the way you secure money, it determines how God also will bless you. So how does God bring money into us? How do we secure money as visionaries, as dreamers? The first one I will call supernatural provision. That's God. God has a way. I mean, He brought Israel in the wilderness and He just provided for them. Some of us will experience supernatural provision. You're like, you don't know where the money came from. God will just do it. Sometimes He does that. So if you're looking for ways where money is going to come for your vision, for your dream, God can do that supernaturally. God also can do supernatural increase. The little that you have, God can let it go far. You see that in the Bible. Amen?
Amen.
You know, I mean, people say, how does God do it? You remember the widow, the story of the widow. There are a lot of stories in the Bible where God takes a little and brings much. In other words, God can stretch your $20.
Yes.
You can take this $20 and go to McDonald's and spend it. Or you can take this $20 and God will give you wisdom. You can buy things that you never thought $20 can buy. That's another way of securing it. I'm giving you ideas for vision. Or there's something called wealth transfer, where people can just bless you. Where sometimes you can get an inheritance. Or sometimes your father or your mother or a friend. Israel got that. When they left Egypt, the Bible said Egyptians blessed them and brought money in their way and did that. As a church, we have experienced wealth transfer. We have experienced somebody walk in here and buy us a church building. God has blessed you with money, He transferred it to the church. God can do it to you too. I'm telling you ways that you can experience supernatural provisions and increase. Now, or you can do fundraising. All right? I've got a vision doing GoFundMe. What are the capacity I can do to make this vision come to pass? And most also importantly, remember that God provided manna for them, He fed them supernaturally, all the supernatural stuff. But when you go to the promised land, they have to work. Don't sit down and say, I'm waiting for supernatural increase. God expects us to work and earn money right. In Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 18, it says, remember the Lord your God, it is He who gives you the ability to produce money. So you can make money, but sometimes you don't know how. He has given you the ability. Somebody told me, Pastor, I can think. His brain today is bringing money. You know how much he charges? You go and consult him. The guy charges $250 an hour. At first I said, I'm not paying for this guy. It's too much. You know what he told me? You know how expensive? Have you ever seen a consultant?
Yeah.
They are worth it. You will spend that money anyway. Something that will take you 20 years to do, a consultant will save you all that money in a day. Say, do this, do that, put this in place, and you're fine. His brain is putting food on the table. There's something that God has given you that can put food on the table. Amen. He has given everybody the ability to work. In other words, God has already made provision inside you. What is it I can do to make this my vision to come to pass? There's a story in the Bible that I think some of you might have even ignored. Some of us sometimes feel that, it must always be supernatural. God must do certain things. Look at this in Acts chapter 18. How did Paul support his vision? Do you know? Then Paul left Athens and went to Corinth. Then he became acquainted with a Jew named Aquila, born in Pontus, who had recently arrived from Italy with his wife Priscilla. Paul lived and worked with them, for they were tent makers, just as he was. I know some of you may never have read that. Paul was a great missionary, but he supported this because he had the resources to do that. How did he do that? He was a manufacturer and a retailer. Did you know that? Paul knew that he could build tents. So during the day, he would build tents, he would take to the market and sell it. And boom, he was in his way. He wasn't waiting for somebody to come and drop money from heaven. And some of you, if you can stop a little bit lazy, you can go far. Oh, Pastor, it's too cold. Pastor, it's raining. Pastor, it's snow. Pastor, it's this. What does the Bible say about poverty? So you will come to poverty because it's too cold. What is it that God has given you? When God met Moses, he said, what is in your hands? Some just have a stick. So that's all that you need. Every one of us have been given ability to make money. So you have to make sure that God, if you're not providing for me supernaturally, what means are you using? Sometimes it may mean that you have to have stream of income. My daughter is 11 in Brazil, she's only 17. And she's saying, I think I need to make some money. How does she do it? She goes on eBay or whatever and buys something, sells it, buys it, sells it. And computers making money for her. 17-year-old has known how to make money just like that. You know you can do that? Without even seeing the goods. There's a young man here who came to see me the other day, and he was poor, he was whatever. But the guy, I realized the gift that he had. So I told him, why don't you go on Craigslist? He do by himself. So we talk, and we end up with used cars. The guy is making $2,000 a day selling used cars. So because he's got the gift, he can know what a good deal is. Some of us, we don't have that gift. He look at it, he can, boy, this guy is a good deal. So he talks to him, he drives to Abbotsford. By the time he comes back to Coquitlam, the car is sold. He drives the car, he gets to the car, he pays the guy. Right there, he puts it on Craigslist. Right there. 45 minutes between Abbotsford and Coquitlam, somebody has called here sweet. He drives the car straight to the guy. Turns around. I mean, you can make money. And you are wondering, God, where the money going to come from? Think. Because your vision has to be funded. And if GoFund doesn't work for you, try this. So I'm going to try that, I'm going to try that, I'm good at it. Somebody say, look, I met another guy who can talk. He can make you buy anything. I led him into, he went into car sales. He makes money. The guy can talk. I said, you'll be a good car sales person because you can make me buy a lemon. So really, I said, try that. And he went to work for Chevrolet. I'm telling you, within 2 weeks, the guy was making money. They want to promote you a manager. I said, no, I don't want to be a manager. Because when you're a manager, you are stuck in the office. And they want to commission you work on, stupid hours, and they will not pay you overtime. You say, no, I don't want it. I want to sell cars. And you watch him just selling cars. He just sweet. What is it that God has given you to secure money? Some of you are here, you can even braid hair. You know how much expensive braiding hair costs? $150. Well, I don't have time to braid hair for 3 hours. Your vision is dying. So number one, you have to learn to make money. Is that clear? You can take questions. Number two. So the first thing you do with money is find out, how do I make it? How do I get income into my pocket? Number two, once you get money, the first thing you always do with money is give to God. Now I'm not speaking this because I'm a pastor. I do that. Let me tell you something from my own experience. Somebody came to me yesterday and said, Pastor, why do you write books and give it away? I'm not stupid. I can make $10,000 in the book. Why am I giving it away? You think I'm stupid? I have found a secret. Recently, I've written 2 books. One devotional and one the dream book. I'm not making money out of it, but I am. Because I know the money will come back to me. In ways that is different. I know when you sow a seed, it will come back to you. So I said, why am I selling this book? No, let me give it up. Because God is going to do it. Every person that reads the book and is blessed, it goes into my account. I found a secret. If somebody gives me $100, Pastor Sam, this is for you, thank you. Somebody gave me $100 the other day. Immediately, as soon as I get home, I put $10 aside. This is God's things. When you do that, you keep the doors open because I can trust you with money. Because when I give you, you give back. Because I can make you rich. Because when you are rich, you can bless others. But when you are stingy, it stops there. So when you make money, put aside something for God. Say, God, this is for my dream. This is for my vision. I want to give it to you. I cannot stress that enough. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Yes. Try that. I am a living example. The second reason also why I personally have learned to give. But my wife is more of a giver than me. Sometimes it's scary. Somebody give you $100, say, let's give it away. That's the first thing that she thinks. Giving is a spirit. When you're a leader, you're a person, you give. It affects the people around you. It affects your children. You don't have to tell them to give. They will just give because it's a spirit. And God will make sure that you never lack. Because when God doesn't bless you, He knows that others don't get blessed because you will bless others. And the way you keep the money flowing into your life is you learn to become a generous giver. Look at this in 2 Corinthians chapter 9. God is talking to the church. He said, each of you should give what you have decided in your heart to give, not reluctant, not under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver. And God is able, and this is a promise, to bless you abundantly, so that in all things, at all times, having all that you need, you will abound in every good work. You open the floor. Yes, I know people have abused the subject, and you never get it from me. You never make me just scream and talk about money. I'll tell you what God's word says. If I tell you that give, because I am a living example of it, I am fulfilling my dream, and because God will give me the resources I need. When we started this church, I was in school. I was doing my graduate school. My wife was working as a nurse. For the first 5 years, we're not taking salary. We're just working. And I was working too. I was working in a factory in Richmond. It was overweighty food. Their warehouse in Richmond. Yes, tell them. No, it's my story. Let me finish. You want me to give you the microphone? Let me finish. There's a funny side of it. So I used to work there. Those days our church used to meet on Sunday evening. So during the day, Sundays, I'll go to work. I'll work till about 4 p.m. Service at 5:30. So I'll work. We pack. They bring the order and we pack them in the box, seals them, and we put them in the truck. Seals them. It wasn't paying much. It was $4.something. But I was putting food on the table. Because I had a dream. The church can't pay me. Doesn't mean the dream has to die. I have to work in the factory. Work. And during the break is when I prepare my sermon. We have 1 hour break. I'll go into my car, put on the worship music, and I'll be praying, I'll be writing my sermons. I'll come home immediately, take a shower, pick my family, we'll go to church. Nobody knew where I've come from. During the week, I'm going to school. Like Paul, sometimes you have to build tents, you have to set them, and it's okay. You're not waiting for your rich uncle to call your name. You are waiting to call and say, we have this money for you. It will never happen. It may happen, but maybe for somebody else. Are you still with me? So when you get money, what's the first thing you do? Give to God, share. The third thing you do with money is you save. And listen to me. Now I'm telling you how to build financial capacity. When you get money, before you spend, and I'm teaching teaching my daughter to do that, and it's painful because the way I've done it with her, now since you're here, I'll use an example. When the money comes to the account, I have to be fast. I know when she gets paid. I even know the time she gets paid, not when she's in school. I have to go, we have agreed I will take a certain amount. If I don't take it immediately, that money will be gone before I say jack. So she'll come and say, what happened to my money? I said, savings. So it's up to you. I will not take your time. I said, we have to do it reluctantly. It's up to you to pay your time. I'm not going to take it. You take it and give to God. God says whether I see it or not. At the end of the day, the very little that is left, I say, God will put some money aside. Now she looks at the savings, it's building, it's happy. Some of us, this word save is not in our vocabulary. Let me tell you how biblical it is. Let me tell you a story. Remember the story of Joseph? This Pharaoh had this terrible dream he didn't understand. And that dream speaks to us today. He had these fat cows and lean cows. And in the dream, the lean cows swallowed the fat cows. Like how? The fat ones swallowed the small ones. They had another dream of the same thin grain, and the thin ones swallowed the fat grains. And the thin part, nobody could interpret. So Joseph comes and he began to interpret the dreams. This dream has everything to do with savings. Watch this, Genesis. So now he interprets the Genesis 41. And now let Pharaoh look for a descendant and a wise man and put him in charge of the land of Egypt. In fact, he ended up becoming himself. Let Pharaoh appoint commissioners over the land to take a fifth of the harvest of Egypt during the 7 years of abundance. So what he's saying was that the fat cows means that you are going to be blessed, you are going to get income. Money is going to come in your hands. So there were 7 years of farming that will follow the 7 harvests. If you don't take time, the harvest will swallow all the money you've got. In other words, when you get money and you're not careful to put it aside, you will lose them all. So he said, put 1/5, 20%, and that's always should be your goal, your savings. Should be always your goal. Put 20% aside. They should collect all the food of these good years that are coming and store up the grain under the authority of Pharaoh to be kept in the cities for food. This food shall be held in reserve for the country to be used during the 7 years of famine that will come upon Egypt, so that the country may not be ruined by famine. In other words, safe. This dream fellow you have is that you're going to be blessed by learning to put money aside. And I'll show you how in a second. Proverbs chapter 30 said there are 4 things on earth that are small but unusually wise. Guess what he mentions? Ants. They aren't strong, but they store up food for the winter. The Bible says go and learn from the ants. In other words, the little that you have for your dream's sake, put it aside. Even if it's 1 penny, you are doing something. This penny is from my dream. God has called me to start this business. God has called me to go to school. I believe I've been called to be a counselor, but it's so expensive. The next 2 or 3 years, instead of taking a loan, I'm going to work hard, work 2-3 jobs. And I'll talk to you about interest and all the rest. If you can avoid taking loans, why that is important. I'm rather going to work, put the money aside the next 2 years, that's a plan. Then I'm going to take the money, I'm going to take it to school. That's being smart. What is a saving? Let me define it. It means foregoing an expenditure today so that you have something in the future. You know, especially you ladies, you know, it's more expensive to raise a girl compared to a boy. You know that, right? Now, you know, those of you who are getting married, pray for boys. Ladies are very expensive. I had 2 girls and a boy. The boy made me rich. But I bought a house when the boy was born because I know I'm going to save. Let me use my daughter again. Sorry. So my daughter went to the mall one day and came out. She got paid. And because I can monitor accounts, right? So I'm sitting home, I'm reading Sephora, this store. And I'm like, what? She just spent $85 in Sephora? Buying what? And I'm sitting in my office, I'm shaking. I feel like driving to the mall and stop her before she gets bankrupt. Then she go to Urban what? $35, $40. No, she doesn't go to Winners. So here she comes home and I'm like, do you realize that you have spent $300 in 55 minutes? You know, I didn't spend $300. You know, I'm listening. I said, let's see, because I have calculated. She was shocked that she had spent $300. She said, Daddy, I'm going to take them back. But sometimes you don't realize that, you know, the mall is a spirit. I'm sorry to break your. It's a spirit. Even the atmosphere is a spirit. I have a friend who works in the lighting system in the mall. The lighting system is set in such a way that you can spend. There's a psychological. You guys don't know that. Okay. When I come to spending, I'll give you some tricks. Like, for example, if you go to the mall or you go to Superstore or something to pick the milk, where is the milk?
At the back.
Why have they put it so far at the back? They are not stupid. Not that they can't put the fridge at the door. If you just come and buy milk, they won't survive. So before you get to the milk at the back, they have put so many distractions. And even that face suit, right at the checkout, there's a gun. Line up. Things that they know will tempt you. And I'll teach you how to overcome temptations. There's a psychology of spending. And if you want to follow your dream, you have to fight it. When you walk into the mall, you are in a trap. All the stores don't pay the same based on how they are located. I'm telling you. Do you know how much they pay per month? If I tell you, you'll be shocked. You wonder how do they make their money? They do. Because you come in there. When you are walking and you see 40% off, you don't see the small letter, up to. There may be just one socks that's 40% off. But all that you see is 40% off. And do you know what color usually they are?
Red. Yellow.
Do you know where they are? It's color psychology. They catch you, you are sucked in by 40%, but when you graduate, it's 5%. People go to school to study something called marketing. You know what marketing is? Simply put, if you have done marketing, please don't be upset with me. It's good, it's a good business. Simply make people buy what they don't need to buy.
Amen.
Because everybody has gotten everything they need. But people have to make money. So they have to convince you that what you have is not good enough. Buy again. But that's another topic. So if you want to forego future, because our culture doesn't encourage, nobody does an advertisement telling you to save. Everything spend, buy. And people are not afraid of debt. If you're not afraid of debt, you will never fulfill your vision. Go check it out. See, my daughter said, Daddy, why can't I get a credit card? Because it's not your portion. If I give you a visa, it will be debit visa. You pay what you have. It's very easy to spend on a visa. But when you're paying cash, it's very painful. You count your pennies. So I tell people, if you don't have the money, I've never paid single interest on my credit card. Because I pay it off and they don't like it. Because I use their card, I get the benefits, but I make sure there's money there. If you don't have money in, you're in trouble. So all that I'm trying to teach you is to put money aside. So let me give you an idea about when you are learning to put money aside, how much and to put aside, and start from $1. Okay? So let's start with this. Why do we save? We save one to prepare for the unpredictable. Okay? There are things that happen in your life that you cannot predict. For example, your washing machine can break tonight. If you don't have the money, then your lack of planning becomes somebody's emergency. Pastor Sam help me, can the church help me? No. Because you're not planning. Something will break. One day, your tie will wear out, your brakes will. Do you know that things don't go on forever? So put penny aside. Or sometimes you may even lose your job. And here I will only give you 55%. Put money aside. Your car will break down, your roof will leak, appliances will plan for their own predictor. Number 2, you have to prepare for the predictor. I'm going to, and that's why we are here. I have a dream, I'm going somewhere, I need to go to school, I have a 5-year plan, I'm going to put money aside. If I put $5 every day or every month, by 3 years I'll have enough money to go to school and work part-time. That's planning. You're fulfilling your dream. Don't go in circle. I'm talking about pennies. Alright? Some of you work, your jobs are seasonal. Like if you're an athlete or if you are a fisherman, you're a gardener, you know that if you shower snow, your job is only in the winter. So you put money aside because snow don't fall in the summer. So in the summer, what do? You become a gardener. You cut grass in the summer, in the winter, you plow snow. That's how you become smart. Because you got a truck. Now I don't do the gardening thing. You go anywhere. Because if you live, especially in Vancouver, snow may fall, may not even fall that year. I have a guy who works in the roofing business, and the last 2 weeks he's not able to work because snow and all the rest. He said, Pastor, I have other job I do when circumstances happen. He has planned. How are you planning in your head? Okay? So let's go to savings. How do I really put money aside? How do I save? Okay? Number 1, let me give you some practicals. Start with the percentage of income. So I'm going to take 5% of my income, 2% of my income, I'm going to put it aside. Okay, that's number 1. Another way you can do it is a portion of your extra income. If your boss comes to you and say, hey, we'll give you a bonus, don't say, hey, how are you? Here I come. Don't be stupid. You say, I'm going to put that extra income aside for the dream. Because it's a money that you never expected. They give you a bonus, give you a promotion, put that money aside. Don't go to the mall and just, I need to, what's the word that I usually hear? I need to pamper myself. Keep pampering yourself. Right now I have a dream. When I get to the heart of my dream, I'll pamper myself. Right now, it's suffering time. It's a time to pamper myself. It's time to put money aside to do what God has called me to do. The other way you can save money is downsize. Some of you have no business. You look at the rent you are paying, move to a basement. It may not look nice, but just for a moment. Oh, Pastor, I just like my 2-bedroom apartment downtown. Is that how you want to live? We lived in the basement for many years. In fact, it was so bad. Everybody always had a cold in the house. I told them just for a moment, we're saving money. Because that basement was very cheap, $425 a month. The apartment was $950. So every month I was saving half of the money. Within 5 years, I've saved enough money to buy a house. But it came with a price. Some of you have to downsize. You know, my daughter said that I want to buy a BMW. I said, listen. By the way, that's what she's saving for, to buy her first car when she started university. I said, just buy a Japanese car. They may be old, but they are reliable. By all means, buy Toyota or Honda Civic. Even when it has 300,000 kilometers, it will still run. So but no, I want a nice first car. So your first car is always a lemon. It's okay. So I told her my story. My first car, I bought it for $235. It has no reverse. And the guy kept telling me, do you know it has no reverse? That's why it's so cheap. I said, I know. That's why I came to buy it. And when he was taking the money, he reminded me again, do you know that it has no reverse? I told him, listen to me. After 20 minutes, okay. I told him, listen to me. Why do you want to go reverse? I want to go forward. Why are you bothered about this reverse thing? I don't buy a car to go backwards. He said, okay. So I gave him 450, whatever. He didn't have to change. He said, you take it. Because he said, this is as is. I said, I know. And the car was nice. Chevrolet, light blue. I took it home and I washed it. My first car. Then it took me about an hour and a half. I took a notebook and I put the notebook in the dashboard. I had to plan every day my route. Every day I become an economist. My wife said, we're on the way. I said, wait, I need to plan the route. So you're going to the mall, I can't park there. So there's an empty space and I can't park there. Because this one I have to go reverse. I drove that car for a year and a half. Wow. Somebody bought it for me too. And some of you want to buy this, your first car, you go and say, oh, it's only 0% off or 2% off, so the payment is small. If you have a dream, you have to be smart. Some of you need to downsize. You have vehicles that you are paying, go and sell it. Take the bus. If you can manage the transport system, take the transport system. It's very expensive to drive, you know that?
Yes.
When I told my daughter that, she was shocked. I said that buying the car is the least thing. Especially a new driver now, you pay almost 400% insurance, ICBC. Then you buy something called gas. My son bought a car, within 2 weeks he parked it. Say too expensive. You put $20. He said, who drove my car? Nobody. You drove it. $20 can only take you to Surrey Central and back. You take the bus $375. Downsize. Are you still with me? Downsize accommodation, even downsize your food. Stop eating out. When you go buy the house brand, if you go to Superstore, what do you buy? President Choice, no name. It's the same food. Are you hear what I'm saying? There are different ways that you can save. If you have entertainment, cut it off. Cable is too expensive. You know that?
Yes.
These days you don't need cable. Everything you have is on the internet. Or wait, if you really need to go out to eat, wait for the Tuesday special. And stop buying coffee outside. Make your own coffee. It doesn't take a lot. These days, the coffee can even make it for you before you wake up. You know that? You can punch it before you wake up, it's made it for you. Do you know how expensive Starbucks is? Yeah. Take that $6-7 and put in the piggy bank. See how much every day you save from buying $5 of it. I'm talking about financial capacity. I can go on and on. Now let me answer a question that people normally ask and say, if I have a debt versus savings, which one do I do? Always pay off your debt first. Because these days savings don't give you much. You save, the much you can get is 2%. If you are saving money and give you 2%, you have a loan for 4%, you're actually losing money every day. Use that money to pay down your debt. The first thing you want to do, if you have a debt, is pay it down. And when you finish paying, then you can talk about it. And I'll talk about good debt and bad debt. So let's talk about the final one. Spending. Is that where we are? Okay. There are bad debts and there are good debts. And let me tell you that credit card, look, university, when you get to university, those of you who want to go to university, as soon as you get there, There are credit card companies waiting for you. Want to give you free card. Walk past the table, pretend you haven't seen them. Because they want to hook you from day one. That's how people get into debt. People don't realize they charge 18%, 19%. It's not free. It's not that they love you, that's why they want to give you the card. They want to destroy your dream. So let me give you some tips about if you need to get into debt, what are good debts? Okay, do you have it? If whatever you are buying will produce an income, that's a good debt. Okay? A car is not a good debt. Because the moment you drive it, you buy an $8,000 car, the moment you drive it out of the lot, you have already lost $1,000. You can never sell that car even the same price, even if it's brand new. So if I'm buying something, whatever I'm buying, I can produce income out of it. So I buy something like, say, shoes. I can buy a shoe for $2. If I can sell it for $4, I can borrow that $2. We call it using other people's money to make money.
Yes.
I can borrow $2, and when I add the interest, maybe 2.5. But when I sell the shoe, I make $4. It's good debt because you make money and you pay off. Most business people, that's what they do. They borrow, they invest into a house, and they use a house to pay off the debt. It's good debt. It's not every debt that is bad. Number 2, the item purchased has the potential to appreciate. And that's an example of like a house. I always say that you want to buy a house first before you buy a brand new car. Otherwise, you are not smart. Because car, every day you are losing money. It's not a good investment. If you really need to buy a car, pay cash for it. Make sure that it can take you from point A to point B. Yeah, your friends may drive nice car, but they may not have the dream that you have. Are you still with me? Number 3, why people get into debt. And I want to start with that, and then we'll take some questions. People get into debt because of lack of planning. Have you heard of the word budget? Budget? I'm not talking about the budget rent-a-car. Budget is simple. You sit down, you list your income versus your expenditure. If it doesn't match, you're in trouble. You don't want to spend more than you are getting. If it is something you have to forgo, you have to literally have a budget, like write things down. Say, my income $1,200, and this. And let me give you another tip. You should never spend more than 30% of your income on your house or your rent. If you are spending too much. The bank will use that anyway. If you're going to buy a house, they want to know the ratio. It is going to cost more than 30% of your income. They won't give you the loan because they know you're not capable of paying. So if you are, for example, if you're earning $1,200, what's the maximum rent you can go? 400, and that's it. It doesn't matter. If it has rats, buy rat traps. Let them take care of it. You hear what I'm saying? Because you are going somewhere, you need to learn to manage the things that God has given you so that you can get there. Plan well. How many of you have budgets? Are you sure? Can I see it? All right. So you know how to, when you draw the budget, your income, and then secondly, part of your budget should be, your spending should be first my tithes, and then my housing is a big one, my clothing, entertainment, my rent, blah, 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 and balance it. See, this must go for now, honey. This month we cannot eat outside because we can't afford. But if we get extra, we can do it. Am I making sense?
Yes.
Some people get into debt because of lack of contentment. They are not happy where they are. Number 3, people get into debt because they make bad choices. Some get into debt because of instant gratification. Some simply want to keep up with the Joneses. That person is, I've got a house, I'm going to get a house, I'm not ready to buy a house. Some also just simply identity issues. Some people find fulfillment in spending. You know that? When they spend, they are actually happy. You have a problem. The malls have become a very big business because they realize that people like to spend. And brand names are the ones that are killing most of us today. If you really need to buy a brand name, go to Alibaba Express. You can buy Nike brand new for $25 and they'll deliver it at your door. All right, let's take our questions. We have 10 minutes. Okay, you're okay with the mic? Who wants to start? So I've talked to you about what do you do with money? Let's go back. My sister, give me back the 4 things. How am I going to earn money to fulfill my dream? Streams of income. How am I going to share? How am I going to save? How am I going to spend? This is how you build financial capacity. Unless one day the Lord shows up with a truck of money by your door. If that happens, even that, if you don't learn how to manage, to be gone. How many of you know the story of people who win $4 billion lottery? They become poorer than one because they don't have the capacity to manage money. If you don't know how to manage, it doesn't matter how much money comes through, you will go very fast. Start it wherever you are. It's never too late. Somebody has a question? Yes, please. Okay, let's start with you. Go ahead.
Do you still keep this mentality even if you are rich? The rules are still the same. Does it apply to you?
You haven't met with rich people yet. You count the pennies.
Yes.
That's what brought them there. You never feel, you watch Bill Gates. People wonder why he go to McDonald's to buy McFin. He can order 20,000 McDonald's into his house. He doesn't say he doesn't do room service because that extra money you go put it somewhere. That's why they're rich, because they know how to count their pennies. That's what takes them there, that's what keeps them there. So don't say if I'm rich, I'm going to squeeze now when I'm rich, I can be careless. The money will go like that. Yeah, who else? Yeah.
Also, thank you very much for the message. My question is about what you said. In the Bible, in Ecclesiastes 9:11, the Bible says that the race is not for the swift, but the battle for the strong, or which is to learn from his family. The time and chance happen to them all. And I've seen a number of cases where people have invested time, money to education, into housing, for example. I came from Nevada, as you know, and people poured in a lot of money into those properties. And after a while, it clashed, it came down, the prices were all, the money were all gone. People put money into stocks and they lost all their money. How do we identify those times when God says time and chance happen to them all? When are those times? When are those opportunities?
Disadvantage. Let me use my own example. I invest in real estate. That's where God is used to bless me. I don't just buy anything. I buy when I sense God is saying buy. I see a house, we walk through, I come home, I look at it. I say, God, should we invest in this? If I don't hear from God, I don't buy. The advantage you have as a child of God over non-believers is that God speaks to you. You don't do because everybody else is doing. Remember the story of Isaac? There was famine in the land. Everybody was going to Egypt. Isaac wanted to go. God said, no, don't do it. Stay here. He said, everything's dry. He said, I'll bless you here. So the Bible said that same year, Isaac sowed the land. Now listen, I'm quoting Genesis 26. Nobody sows when there's famine. God said, sow in the land. And he sowed, and the Bible said, he reaped 100-fold.
You have to hear from God.
You have to hear from God. I call it business by revelation. If you're going to invest, look at throughout the Bible. God used men and women of God. Pour the oil, buy the oil. Elijah said this, go and borrow vessels. Pour. If we hear from God, we'll not make bad investments. I've only made one bad investment in my life, and I'll never do it again. There was this house we were going to buy, and it was an acre of land. And something in me says, an acre, you can subdivide it. My mind was going. My wife just came on and said, I don't feel right about it. I said, yeah. But you know, when God, sometimes God speaks, it doesn't make sense. So I was trying to make her prove to me why we shouldn't buy this big land for investment. Because that was the last land left in the area, and there was subdivision. And she said, I don't know, I just don't feel it. I didn't listen, I bought it. That was a bad investment. I still was able to get my money back. I decided I'll never do anything again. It was 10 years ago without listening to God. You have to listen to God. Listen to your guts. Something you can walk into a house that you want to buy, everything is perfect, exactly what you're looking for, but something in you just don't sit. Walk away. That's how you make good investment. If you're a stock guy, the same. God will tell you sell. God will tell you buy. God will tell you hold. I'm not into stock buys or mutual fund, but you got to hear God. Many of us, we can't make those decisions for God to bless us because we don't listen to Him. Right? There are 5 minutes. Who else? Okay, let me start with let me start with my PowerPoint, the way. So that.
I have a personal question. So you said it's going to pay your debt rather than saving money. So in my case, I got into multiple law schools, and they will cover 80%. The Lincoln Scholarship will cover 80% of my studies. However, I did my major where I took out a loan, and I still have a couple thousands to pay off. So would it be more beneficial to hold off on law school and just pay that previous debt rather than taking out a loan that will cover that extra 20% that I'll have to pay?
Law school is a good investment. If you give you 80%, take it and run. Because when you finish, that first week of your practice, you pay everything off. All right, it's a good investment. If they're giving you, my son went to law school and he finished with almost $300,000 loan. That's how it's. If you got in 80%, God bless you. But they pay well. It's any more money than I will ever even dream of. But it still will take about 5 to 10 years to pay off the debt. But it's good money. It's a good investment. That one is not compared. 80% run with it. Yes, sir.
So my dream is to become a major financier of God's business.
Okay.
And as I keep praying to God, I remind Him of the fact that I cannot give if I don't have.
Yes.
And as I grow and understand scriptures, I believe that phrase also contradicts Hebrews chapter 11 verse 1. It's all based by something that you don't have. How do you reconcile this?
Hebrews 11:1, yeah. I'm trying to figure it out.
Faith is the evidence.
I mean, you talk about faith versus works.
That's right.
I mean, you need both. Because it seems like James, the book of James contradicts the book of Hebrews. It doesn't. Because James said, because you have faith doesn't mean that you shouldn't work. And he said, faith without works is dead. So yes, I've talked about supernatural blessings. God will bless you and all the rest. But there are moments when you're like, nobody has faith like Paul. But Paul went. The only thing that God will supply Paul's needs. The time that we use it to build tent and sell to be preaching the gospel. So there are seasons in your life where sometimes you need to just work, and leave the rest to God. There's going to be seasons in your life where God will just simply bring abundance to you. Where you don't need to work, He just flood you with His blessing. It all depends on, again, hearing from God. And if the blessings are not coming, put on your shoes and hit the road.
So how can you give what you don't have?
If you don't have, you don't. If you don't have, then you don't give. Simple. You only pay tithe on what you have. Is that what you mean?
I want to be a...
You want to be a blessing, wait and let God start the blessing. Start with the little that you have.
Like you said, the conference will cost about 25,000. And I remarked to my wife that that's no money. Because if I'm earning 1 million, I can sponsor 4 of this kind.
It is coming. It is coming to you. God is.
I will let everybody.
But mind you also that, let me also say that, yeah, you want to be a millionaire, it's a process. Joseph didn't become a millionaire, you have to go through jail. Chains. I know that's what you're going through. It's not easy. If you want to do it God's way, yeah. Even Bill Gates didn't start, it started from someone. Alright? So hang in there, like I said, I have $5. I will tell, look, let me tell you one story. Like, exactly with $5, everything was done in milk. I mean, like when we buy milk, we will literally mix it with water so that it can last us. I can tell you stories. Because 1 gallon, I was able to get 1.5 gallons out of it. And I taught my children how to eat cereal with almost literally water. And they loved it. But then the problem is that they'll go to their friend's house and they'll give them real milk. And they were destroying my... So I told them, not their taste is not a good one, this is a real milk. I called them 1%, but it wasn't 1%. It was 4% mixed with water. Become 1. You know, you can get 1% from 4%. Buy 4% milk, mix it 4 gallons, become 1%. It's not easy, but you get there. Okay, I'll take 2 more questions here.
I am new to
The time is up. Okay.
I am new to business, and one of the things that I'm struggling with is the marketing part,
Yeah.
because I do not want to find myself serving like I don't want the dark part of marketing. For me, the business is my ministry, is something that it was revealed to me by God. So I want to stay pure in that, but I still have to sell.
Yeah, find a Christian who's already in it, and somebody can get free advice if you buy them lunch or coffee. They can help you with that. You can't be all things to all people.
Any names?
Pardon?
Any suggestions?
Not right now.
I'll ask you later.
Find somebody who has. We are going to break up for lunch. Did I miss somebody? No, it's okay. No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm only stealing your 5 minutes lunch time, if that's okay.
All right, you guys don't okay. My question is, in a marriage, what do you do if your spouse's dream or whatever they're working on is different from yours?
Yeah,
They
talk
want to
about
spend,
yeah,
or they want to save, or
Yeah.
whatever.
Anything but prayer. I mean, I know stories about couples when, and that's what I'm saying, that first of all, when you get married, make sure that you know your purpose first before you get married. Many times we marry before we find our purpose, and that can bring a crash. Along the way, God can still restore. And prayer and patience and maturity, somehow it will, I know somehow it will come together by the grace of God. But it's not easy. When you're going this direction, or you marry a spender and you are a saver, and it can be a problem in the house, to the sense that you're always fighting over money because your husband just wants to spend money, because there's no sense of planning that we're going somewhere and what have you. Well, I know financial planning and all the rest takes forever to teach, and hopefully this hour will give you just a bit of nuggets for you to run with. Go and have something to eat. If you don't feel like eating, you can stay put and pray, and I'll answer your questions, all right? I'll stay around for anybody who wants to stay around and ask questions. All right? So